the way people look in the morning when they roll out of bed and throw something on. Right after my ex and I split up, I showed up to school and I didn't recognize a bunch of the women because their makeup was perfect, their hair was teased and blow dried, and they all looked like they were dressed to go out for a drink. Who were those women, you ask? The single moms. It was insane. For the first time in my life, I was being pursued in a big way, and it was pretty freaking awesome. I heard the news, and I'm so sorry. Do you want to go out for coffee and talk about it? And it's just so sad. I've been through exactly what you're going through. What you need is a nice, home-cooked meal. And my door is always open for you. I mean that. Always open, day or night. It was crazy. I felt like a free agent baseball player who everyone wanted on their team. There was one particular woman who was absolutely insane. She was a very attractive black woman who was always drunk. Always. She read to our kids' kindergarten class one day completely hammered. She was reading Dr. Seuss and slurred her way through all of it. The best part is that she gave a running drunk commentary as she read the book. She'd say things like, "Here are some who like to run. They run for fun in the hot, hot sun." Ugh, run in the sun? Who does that shit? You get all swampy. Her ex-husband was some bigwig, so she had tons of dough and absolutely no reason to ever work or do anything productive. She literally, no exaggeration, would see women talking to me, and this is at 8 a.m., mind you, walk up, grab my Johnson, and say things like, "You ready for this, black bitch?" Huh? Don't get me wrong. I was really fucking turned on by it, and that worked every time she did it, but the frenzy was something I couldn't understand. When I was single without kids, I didn't have near this amount of success. Not even close. But now, no job, no money, driving a minivan with 3 kids in the back, I get rich chicks walking up to me and grabbing my dick at an elementary school. It didn't make any sense. For some of those ladies, when I drove up to school with 3 kids in the back of my Toyota Sienna, I could almost hear vaginas starting to hum. Not sure what that means exactly, but I sure enjoyed saying it out loud. It was time to readjust my game and try to get out there. I don't want you thinking that I started sleeping with tons of women right when my ex and I broke up. I mean, I did, but it's not like our breakup was a shock to me, her, or anyone within 100 miles of us. Our relationship had run its course long before we actually broke up, so the actual split was just a formality. I think one of the reasons I stayed in the relationship for so long was that I didn't think there was any way in hell that anyone else would go out with me. If you listen to what I just read, you'll understand why. The other reason was that I was scared out of my fucking mind to raise 3 kids by myself. I still felt like a kid myself. Shit, I still jerked off into a sock. People who masturbate into socks shouldn't be in charge of other people's lives. Getting back out there was going to be a challenge for a myriad of reasons. I know some of you are thinking, there must have been some times when you didn't have to go out with a parent, right? There had to be some youngin' who was willing to share the wealth. Nope. I had some serious limitations that made me have to find creative ways to work around them, and that meant I had to start living by a few rules myself. Rule number 1. There clearly wasn't going to be any sex happening in my place. My kids and I all lived in a 1-bedroom. Not that easy to bring a girl back to my place and be like, "Don't worry about them. They're really heavy sleepers." "Wait, where are you going? Don't go." Not only was there no room, but I had decided I wasn't going to introduce my kids to anyone who I didn't think was going to be in their lives for a long time. On top of that, my apartment was a fucking disaster. It's so funny that apartments all over the country have these fancy, exotic-sounding names like Shangri-La Apartments or Hollywood Treasure, and inside they look